blood god. For war. For Khorne. What am I gonna do with this? This ain't gonna kill anybody. I need something bigger. Something brutal. An axe. Alright, so I really didn't have a good sized stock for this project, so I started with this bigger one and drew it down to a manageable size. I should probably show you what I'm gonna do. The inspiration for this project. Khorne, you know, the big angry guy who loves blood and fighting and is a chaos god. Then there's the Dane axe, a two-handed axe used in the Viking age. I'm thinking about the cross axe with the hole. Okay, hear me out. Vikings use this axe. Khorne likes axes. My idea for this axe is to fold it, so I gotta make the preform before I do it. So I'm gonna use the edge of the anvil to create a fuller, to isolate the material and to create transitions for what will eventually become the eye of the axe. This way I don't have to grind it. Next up I'm going to thin out the cheeks to make the shape eventually and to give me more width to work with when I work on the profile. This axe is going to have three things: sharp angles, look scary, and cool. Especially cool. Now that the cheeks are kind of floppy, I'm going to start working on the shape of it. I want them to look somewhat of a Viking-ish to make them look menacing. So the profile would look like I want it to. Before bending it and forge welding it, I'm going to forge a scarf on this end to make the forge weld easier and less noticeable. Alright, finally the design. The base of the design was one of those cross pole axes. This one. But I wanted to give it more of a Khorne berserker vibe to it. So yeah. Next up I'm just going to blend it. The fullers or step downs or whatever they are, transitions, made the folding process easy because physics. Material strength and all that. I'm not smart enough to explain this. And I don't want to. And now the part that will make or break this project, the forge weld. The absolute basics, heat it up until your nuts fall out and hammer it together. Also, remember to use cocaine. It will make things fast.
Wait, what?
It's actually just borax. I'm going to do this a couple of times to make sure it's stuck. I'm gonna use an X-eye drift to clean up things and to test if the forge weld actually is stuck. And it looks like it did. Thank fucking God. Since I'm stupid, I had too much material, so I just cut it off. And if you were wondering, yes, my toes were freezing off. And to get the shape I want, I'm going to just split it down the middle and open it. And look at that, I'm opening it. Also, it's kinda ironic to use an axe to create another shitty axe. And unlike my mental health, I'm going to open things up more using the horn of the anvil. Once again. Wait a minute, I haven't used it in this video. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep making things thinner and working on the overall shape to make sure there is enough material in the right places. Next I start to work on the decorative bits on the body or bodies of the axe. I'm just thinning out the material on both sides of a high point to create the angle thingy. Bit of clean up on the insides because it would be harder later. Also at this stage I'll cut a groove for the axe bit to go to. Alright, let's work on the bit. Again, I'm using the horn to create the pointy thingy. Also I started the beveling already, so the bit would fit the body better. I cleaned off the scale from the parts that are going to be forge welded to make it easier and more likely to succeed. Also I tacked it together to make it less likely to slip during the forge weld. Also I cut the unnecessary parts away so it would fit in the forge. And now some quick tabs to make it stick together like it's supposed to. Before starting the heat treatment, let's clean this thing up and make it look like the drawing does. Or at least something like it.
Why is it spicy?
I've been asked to explain some things. There are basically 3 parts to heat treatment: annealing, quenching and tempering. Annealing is process of softening the material you're working with. For steels, you heat it up to a red glow and let it cool down slowly. This will make the material softer and minimizes the stresses within. Quenching is a process where you harden the steel by quickly cooling it down. Most common way to cool down steel is by dunking it in oil. Depending on the steel, it could be quenched in water. Tempering is the final part of the heat treatment process. In this part, the object is reheated to make it less brittle. This way, the steel isn't as hard, but it doesn't break as easy. This was a very surface level explanation of these processes, but there are plenty of YouTube videos out there explaining it more in depth. Metallurgy is a science and I'm done.
Yes, science!
Anyway, back to making sharp things. Now I'm starting to sharpen the edge of the axe, so it will cut. I fucking hate this. Alright, let's turn this ugly chunk of wood into a shaft for the axe. And once again I forgot to record the decorative bits. But anyways, thanks to your comments, I now know that weapons associated with Khorne should be adorned by brass because he likes it for some reason. Besides that, thank you all for watching and commenting my videos. I never thought anybody would watch these shitty ass videos made by a nerdy dumbass. I really appreciate y'all. Alright, let's oil up and it will be finished.
Me bomba!
Once again, thank you for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe and I'll see you later. Alright, bye!